What's going on, traders? Happy Thursday. I hope you guys have all been having an amazing day today, but I'm going to go ahead and get right into today's recap, so let's jump right into it. And as you guys can see from the screen, it was an overall red day on my account, right? Down over $100 on the day. In terms of how I did trading wise though, I was up $114 on SQs, and I didn't touch TQs at all today, right? So I only traded SQs. I was able to hit my daily goal and I decided to walk away, right? As you guys can see, I started trading right at 6:30. Right, and as you guys can see, I ended up, finishing my trading right around 7:30. So only traded for an hour today and was able to hit my goal. So super blessed for that. But in terms of what I saw going on and how I was actually able to make money when the market sold off, well, if you guys recall, right, the past 5 days even, you'll notice that, any single time we've been approaching these areas for the NASDAQ, right, around 12,800 range, we've seen it get rejected, right? We saw it happen here. Right, and then literally yesterday, guys, the same exact pattern as today played out. Yesterday, this thing pushed up, right, consolidated, and then ended up selling off during the day, right? And same thing as today. During pre-market hours, it pushed up, right, was consolidating. I saw it get rejected around here, right? And so as it pulled on back and during the pre-market, it's pushing up. Well, what do you think I was paying attention to at market open, right? This thing has consistently been showing a sign of rejection around these levels, right? Even if you take a step back, it'll give you a better idea, right? Anytime it's approached these levels, we've tended to get rejected. So that's exactly what I was, watching out for today. I wasn't able to capitalize on this movement yesterday, right, on the way down because, I thought that there was a potential we could bounce, right, and start to form a new high, right? So we would bounce around here and continue to push up, but we ended up selling off. Right, and so I really was on the wrong side of direction all day yesterday, but I wanted to make sure that today I did not make the same mistake, right? So once I waited for this thing to push up and I saw us start to get rejected, right? We started to get rejected right at market open. That's when I started to, get into SQs, and I did a good job of actually, riding this thing down. This thing pushed down, and on its way up, I made sure not to give back too much so that on this last push down, I was able to ride this thing down and I locked in profits around here, right? Around previous support. As you guys can see, I stopped trading around 7:30, right around these areas. You guys can see the time. It tells you right around here, right? Right around this last push is when I stopped, right? Right around 7:30. And as you guys can see, there was plenty of more opportunity to make money, right? This thing pushed up, consolidated, continued to sell off, right? Pushed up, continued to sell off and get rejected by the blue line or the EMA, right? And so it's continuously making these lower highs, lower lows, a ton of opportunity for SQs, right? So if I continue to trade realistically, there's a good chance I could have continued to make money on SQs, right? But I decided to walk away because I hit my daily goal, right? And I didn't want to overcomplicate it. But as you guys can see, why did I think this thing had potential to continue to sell off after, I was already done trading? Well, as you guys saw, right, on the bigger picture, anytime we've continued to make these higher highs, we do experience these corrections, right? In price where we correct ourselves back to the SMA line. And so now that we did get rejected there, I saw there was good opportunity, to correct ourselves back to around or below the SMA line, right? So that's exactly why I saw potential for this thing to sell off aggressively the way it did once it did confirm signs of a rejection here, right? But that's pretty much everything I did want to cover today, right? Super blessed to now be finally green on the week after today. In terms of where I think we're obviously now trading below the 180-day EMA, so that's not the best sign for the market, right? But overall, what do I think can happen, right? Well, on the bigger time frame, we've still been bullish, right? And so I was expecting some form of pullback. All I'm hoping for is that when we pull on back, we're able to, find a support around the EMA and continue to bounce off it. Or we can pull on back to around these general support areas, and I just pray that it holds, right? Because if this thing were to break below these support levels, this thing could continue to sell off, right? And that would be really bad for the market. So this pullback doesn't necessarily mean we should be worried. We just need to worry about what happens once it does pull back, right? Will it finally find its support and start to push up again, or are we going to continue to sell off? So that's what we will be looking out for, right? And we'll just be watching it day to day. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover today. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. If you guys have any questions at all, go ahead and leave a comment and I will be more than happy to answer it for you. But other than that, if you guys found this informative, I do appreciate you dropping a like and subscribing. It really does help us out a lot. But Thank you so much for your time. I hope you guys all have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's recap. Take care.